Have you ever seen those survival kits on Amazon and thought, I wonder if those are any good? The ones I'm talking about have like knives and spoons and screwdrivers and ropes and maybe even those emergency blankets. Anyway, today we're going to be looking at one by a company called LeadNear. If you're new here, my name is Jeff, and this is Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing a whole lot of different products. I specialize in as seen on TV items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I think it's a lot of fun. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below. That way you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, don't forget to check down the description for my social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I would love it if you would follow me there too. Now, let's dig into the survival kit to see if it's any good. So I was sent this in the mail and I wasn't actually sure what it was, and I took a closer look here and you can see it's sort of like, it looks like it says survival. I was like, what? A survival kit? I have to check it out. So let's open this up together. I'm not actually sure what's even in there. Wow, these are tough clips to get off. 4 tight clips around. Oh my, look at this. Let's take this out. I've got an emergency blanket. Looks like a flashlight. Oh, it already has batteries in it. Cool. What in the world is this? I have no idea, but I will find out what it is. Looks like it has a pocket knife. Let's open that up. Pretty cool. Oh, it's even got one of those flick things. That's cool. A spoon, fork, and knife combo. Getting cooler and cooler as I go along. Probably a compass. That felt a little cheap, but it's okay. I've got a long rope, like a bracelet rope, and that has a compass on the end as well. What's this? Maybe something to cut it. Looks like maybe a saw rope. That's kind of cool. Screwdrivers. Always need those. Fishing gear. Oh, a carabiner. Cool. Hold on to your water bottle or something. Oh yeah, that's probably what it's for. Put your water bottle in there. Looks like some fire starter. Oh, that is cool. It's a multi-tool. I have an emergency pen. Looks like it has a window breaker on the end. Some gauze. Some sort of a pointer. That's interesting. Oh, maybe it's a straw. Can you see through that straw? Yeah. All right. I sure hope I have lots of directions. Oh, good, because I have no idea what half of this stuff is. Let me look through here, and we're going to test some of this stuff out. So, what do you think so far of this survival kit? Pretty neat, huh? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. It looks to me that this is a magnesium stick and there's a scraper that goes with it, and you're supposed to be able to start a fire. And it does come with, they call it fire cotton, but I guess it's just like, I don't know, some sort of dried cotton. And so I'm going to try to light this. So the directions I saw, I haven't lit anything yet, but I was just scraping this little to see what would happen, is you're supposed to scrape off the magnesium and then I guess into the cotton, you're supposed to vigorously scrape it until it lights. So I'm going to try it. We'll see if it works. Now that I'm getting a hang of it and I'm actually seeing sparks, I put a piece of, well, just treated wood underneath it. I just didn't want to burn my Lazy Susan if I were to get this lit. All right, so here we go. Oh, I lit it. You see that? Cool. So when the directions said vigorously scrape, I didn't realize it meant just do tough motions or strong motion. So that's lighting. That's cool. I believe I can start a fire with this. Very cool. Now, so it's not a scraping motion like you think. It's like a quick striking motion. A few quick strikes and I was able to light the cotton. Pretty cool. I just wanted to demonstrate a few of the things. Now, you wouldn't carry a glass bottle around. I just happen to have this glass bottle here. I'm going to use it with the top opener. Anyway, so you'd clip your bottle on there, and therefore this can then be hooked onto your backpack or whatnot, and you can carry your water bottle around just like that. That's how this part works. I know I showed you this spork set before, but I did not point out this whistle. It's real cool. In an emergency, you can use it. Also, down here, there is a bottle opener. Just be careful putting it back in. Now we show you the knife. Earlier, I showed you this quick one-click action that you can do to open the knife. The knife blade itself is pretty sharp. It has a serrated edge there. It is a lock blade style, so you push that aside to bring it down. It does have this really nice clip that goes on your belt. Plus, there's a blade in here used to cut wire or fishing line or whatnot. It can be used as a bottle top opener, and then of course it has a glass break tip. I wasn't sure what this was, and I guessed that it was a straw, and that was an incorrect guess. As I looked through the contents, there's one product I couldn't figure out what it was, and it was called a fire stick, so I'm guessing that's what this is. And it sort of looks like those fire bellows that I've seen where you extend it, and then one end you blow into the stick, and the other end is where the fire, and therefore it's getting all that heat stirred up so you can start a fire. So that's actually what this is, a fire bellow. The flashlight is like a typical flashlight. It has 3 settings, high, low, and strobe. So I'm going to warn you right now. I'm just going to shine it down here, but you can see it's high. It's got an intense beam, low, and now if I click it, it'll go off, and then strobe. So here's the strobe. It's a pretty decent flashlight. I did open up the battery, and it's an inexpensive battery, so you're going to want to replace that right away. Then we have the multi-tool with directions. It's pretty cool what it tells you, what it does, and all the different parts. You have saws and razors and knives and different types of bolts, and I think you're even able to open bottles with it. It's just kind of a neat little tool to have. Here we have the emergency blanket, and these are important to have, especially if you're out camping or whatnot, just like it says, for an emergency situation. These are primarily one-time uses, meaning it's hard to get them folded back up like this. You use them, like if it's cold out at night, you can wrap yourself in this, and it keeps in your body heat. I just want to show you how thin it is. It's very thin, definitely thinner than aluminum. But if you have to use it during the daytime, it also reflects away the heat from the sun. Plus, if it is an emergency situation and people are looking for you, they can see the reflection of this silver or tinfoil color. This leads us to our paracord, and these are actually really handy. This is a long length of rope tied right here around my wrist. I've used these before, and this one seems a little bit tight, so maybe the ones I've used before are bigger, but still, it's a long length of rope that you could use, and it's easy for transport. On this end here, we have a compass that you can see that's pretty responsive, and then of course there's a whistle. Now, it's not as powerful of a whistle as the spoon, fork, knife set, but it's a whistle nonetheless. Right here, you can either use this end to cut something, which that's not the intended use. It's actually used to as a flint, and you can see on the other side, right in between the clip here, I've already used it a few times, but you just quick strike motions, and then, you know, you can start a fire. So that's kind of cool too. It's convenient to have that on there. And then, of course, everything back together, clipped in. They include the case as one of the pieces, and although I do think this is a nice case, a strong case, there is no weather stripping around here or any kind of gasket, so in my opinion, this would not be watertight, although it is a decent case and it locks things in tight. Just I wouldn't drop it in the water. This case came with 3 different bottle openers. I'm just going to try the one right here that's on the knife just to see how it does. Ready? Oh. There it goes. It's more of a prying motion, and it may have to do that. This thing is, there it goes. It does get it off. It's just a little getting used to. Now, this is technically a screw top, but it did work. It just took me a little while. Finally, we have a compass, and although I have tested the compass and it does work, this seems the most inexpensive out of the materials, out of all of them, but I guess you don't really need the compass to be made out of heavy-duty stuff as long as it works, right? There is the string, a lure, some hooks, some weights for fishing, but you're on your own when it comes to a stick. And of course, I already showed the pen, but I did want to show you it does write really, really nice. And of course, in an emergency, you have a glass breaker on that end. That wraps up our kit. It's a pretty neat kit. Definitely something if you need to throw into a camper or a van for van life, just to have all these things together. I will say the difficult part I'm going to have now is fitting everything back into this box. In this video, we were looking at the LeadNear 35-in-1 survival kit. And if you're like me, you're like, wait, I didn't count 35 items. How is there 35? Well, take a look at this paracord. Yes, it is the roping, but also it's a compass and a whistle and a flint lighter. So that's actually 4 items in just one. So that make sense? All right, so this item retails for just around $36. I did do a search through Amazon about survival gears, and to be honest with you, a lot of them had almost the same picture, and they ranged from anywhere from $15 all the way up to $50. They all looked very similar. I will leave this one linked down in the description if it interests you, but I do think the other ones are probably very similar, if not made in the same factory. I liked all the different things. It was really neat, and I think it's convenient to have. That's my thoughts on this survival kit. Like I said before, if there's something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. We're now going to use the rope saw, and it's actually a pretty cool little tool. You can put your fingers in here, and you're just supposed to go straight across when you're trying to cut a piece. So I'm actually going to cut this piece. It looks like about a 1 inch in length branch. So if I just keep my fingers pulled across, back and forth. Now this branch is shaking around me, but I'm still going through and just able to cut through. It's not that difficult, but definitely not something you want to do forever. And there we go. We cut right through. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of this 35-in-1 survival kit. On that theme of survival, not that long ago I reviewed a product called Foxspeed, and this is actually a portable battery bank. Man, charging your phones, your laptops, even your car if you need be. Anyway, I'm not going to ruin it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that video right up here, and I would love it if you would check it out. And when you click this link right here, I'm going to join you at that review. So go ahead, click it. It's safe. I promise.